Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Father, all my life, I have answered every call.
He sounds tired.
Brother.
Duty to war. But now fate has given me something I never sought.
What is that? Love. But it's gonna be with a capital L.
A child,
Nah, missed opportunity.
a life untouched by the storm.
What storm? You are the god of the storm. What are you talking about?
The strength of the old fathers. So that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her.
Is this the scarred side of his face? I feel like I see the scar.
Me too.
To teach her not battle, but stillness. The kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
I kind of have the feeling that the eye might have been a different color that we just saw.
We could circle back.
Okay. And there's the clock ticking. Tick, 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 tick.
Doomsday
I don't...
is on the way.
You want to go through it one more time and then chat about it? Or how do you think we should go about this one? Because this one I feel like, you know, we've exhausted all the things we can talk about in the previous teaser. So no use beating a dead horse with some of the theories that we have.
We can get right into it.
Alright, okay. Sure.
You know, especially given the fact that, so I have seen this, you know, in lower quality, in other places. So, you know, this is kind of like just my,
You'll look at it when it is
yes,
like a good quality, I suppose.
yes, this is my good quality look at the Thor trailer. So Thor sounds tired. He sounds really afraid, and I guess now he wants to not be the god of. He doesn't want to be that raging fighter avenger for all his life. He's at a point where he wants to now retire and he wants things to end, which makes me kind of afraid because I don't want them to kill Thor. And he's talking about like wanting to come home to her to teach her stillness, the kind I never knew. I hope he survives.
Mhm.
I really hope he survives. I wouldn't want him to, you know, kick the bucket.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious though, right? This is like one of those things that I might have like, it may have soared over my head because I watched them as a child, but I never got the impression that Thor was burdened with violence, if that makes sense. In his earlier movies, I understand like the whole punished Thor Infinity War Endgame kind of arc, right? But it feels a little bit like, how do I describe this? Like this feels like God of War Ragnarok Thor more than it feels like MCU Thor,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Especially because of the whiplash you get between Thor Ragnarok into Infinity War into Endgame into Love and Thunder, right? Like he's going through a lot of different levels of character being burdened by a lot of things to now where we get back to, okay, he's burdened again. He went from ha-ha to burdened to ha-ha to burdened, right? So we come now to him talking about like he wants to teach her stillness, right? And I'm sitting here like, wait, what is the timeline between this movie and Love and Thunder? How long has it been? And why is the discussion he's having now feeling more like something you would have when your child is about to be born, not when you've already raised them to be a kid?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, it feels to me like when he's then talking about he's going to teach her stillness that he never knew, it's like, but I mean, like Odin never forced you into battle. As a matter of fact, the conflict of your first movie was him telling you to stop going into battle. He told you, nah, stop doing that. You keep running in, and that's not like the pedigree of a king, right? You don't just go out and beat the bad guy and then call it a day. You know, you need to be a ruler. You need to understand when to go in, when to turn around, what you need to protect and all kinds of stuff like that. What you're doing is senseless violence, right? Like that was the conflict of the first movie. So when he's talking about, oh, he wants to teach her stillness that he never knew, that's like what I'm saying. It feels now like God of War Ragnarok Thor, like this drunkard warrior who this is all he knows. Whereas definitely not MCU Thor. He doesn't know only battle, right? So it's
Or,
like, well, what's
or,
happening? What's
or
going
it
on?
sounds like Kratos himself, trying to be the father that he never had. I
Yeah,
look
yeah,
when
yeah.
I look at this Thor and I look at the way he's speaking and the way he looks, I'm just looking at them
Mm-hmm.
trying to cash in, or maybe not use the term cash in, but just trying to invoke the vibe again of Infinity War and Endgame Thor. More so Infinity War.
What you mean? You mean Fat Thor?
Let me not even say like that's why I said like more so Infinity War Thor because Fat Thor
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was not like oh my god, more so Infinity War Thor because look at the haircut, right?
Mm-hmm.
The scar is very visible. Just the last time we saw this guy, he had long hair, and I thought that
Mm-hmm.
when we see him in Avengers Doomsday, he's going to have long hair again. But I had this feeling. I was like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I feel like they're gonna cut his hair because when Thor cuts his hair, it invokes this idea sometimes of like, oh, serious, like, oh, it's gonna be scary. And I think now
Mm-hmm.
they did that with now cutting his hair, which contributes to the whiplash of like, why'd you cut your hair again? Like why?
Mm-hmm.
Because the last time was because like Mr. Stanley, Mr. Uncle Stanley, he cut your hair, and you said, please, Mr. Please don't cut my hair, please, 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 and they cut your hair. And then you
Mm-hmm.
grew it back because that's you, that's the real you, and now you cut it short again. Why? What's the point? What's the reason?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I guess to kind of ask a question that's tangential to this one, I saw quite a lot of people claiming that the previous teaser reeked of desperation. What do you think of that?
Hmm. The Steve Rogers trailer
Yeah.
reeked of
I don't
desperation.
know. I can't give you the arguments that these people were making, but a lot of people were saying, "Oh, this is proof that Marvel is desperate." And while I was watching it, I wasn't particularly impressed. I didn't get this impression of, "Oh man, they really need to draw in the audience," so that's why they came in front and center with this teaser.
Well, I think that there is a intention to draw in an old audience because this movie is a little bit all or nothing when it comes to Marvel and Disney. They've been
Yeah,
spending
yeah.
lots of money and the saga hasn't been the best. They want to go out with a bang before they reboot, so they bring out all the stops. There is a hint of strategy and finesse in what they're doing.
There's
Desperation,
some cloak and dagger.
cloak and dagger. Desperation might be too much of a strong word because I usually have this opinion myself. When it comes to Disney and Marvel, it's like they can be at the bottom like they are right now with their things, but it's not
Mhm,
like they really are like itching to turn the company around. They're not at the point where they're being sold or something. They're not.
mhm,
Like they're
mhm,
not really. So for them, it's like, we know what you like. Let's bring it back. You will be there. We know you're
mhm.
gonna be there. You who's saying we are desperate, you're also going to be there. Your butt's in the theaters, and they know that. So they pulled out the stops.
No, I was just wondering if maybe you were clued into why some people were saying that it reeks of desperation. Because to me, I was sitting there, like seeing some people say like, "Oh, Marvel's so desperate," like on Twitter or something like that, and then just be like, "I'm not gonna ask this person what they mean because I don't even think that they could explain it themselves. It sounds to me like someone regurgitating an opinion that someone else has,
Yes,
right?"
yes, yes,
But
yes.
it just felt to me like, "Oh, I wonder where this desperation argument is coming from," because I think that there's quite a lot of people on the internet who have been arguing that Marvel is desperate for maybe the past like 6 years,
Mm,
give or take.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right? That they've been like, oh man, Marvel is so desperate. They want us to go and watch their Disney Plus shows. Oh man, Marvel's Disney Plus shows suck. They're so desperate to get people back in the theaters. Oh man, this thing failed. They must be so desperate. Like people keep making that argument. So I'm just sitting here wondering to myself, is it just Marvel does something and someone shouts, oh, they're desperate? Or is there like an argument behind it this time?
Some people are able to kind of, I guess, make a small argument and say, I think this is because Marvel has given us all these characters that we don't care about, and we have
Mhm.
grown to not want to see more of. So now they see that this is not lucrative, this is not working, so they're bringing back the characters
Yeah,
we
no, they're
actually care
course
about.
correcting. I don't deny. I don't deny that this is definitely course correcting. But I'm just more like, is it out of desperation that they're course correcting, or is it just they recognize that, oh, people aren't interested in this. Okay, let's just do the thing that people are interested in. Right? Like that's different to, oh no, what do we do, guys? Okay, throw Captain America into it. Maybe that will work. Like, I don't know if that's what their mindset was. Maybe it was just, oh, this didn't work. Okay, do the other thing that does work.
That yeah, you see, that's the thing also that I'm trying to like get on, where it's like when it comes to a company like Disney, Marvel Studios. Look, some people say that they kind of banked it up. They don't have a lot of money. Actually, they make it seem like they do, but they don't. I'm not sure, not too sure on the financial side of things. But with a company this big, with the projects they got going and working on, I don't think they're at a point where they desperate. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
Marvel wanted to, they can keep doing this for another 5 years, and I think there'll still be a group
Mm-hmm.
of people going to see these movies. The movies will bomb, but they can keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Star Wars; they're still
Mm-hmm.
doing it. So it's like they're not really desperate, desperate. They've noticed that it doesn't work, and they're like, okay, if we're gonna make this Avengers movie work, because these are our Avengers movies. We're not making a Captain America
Mm-hmm.
movie. We're not making another Thor movie. This is Avengers. It needs to make $1 billion. That's the standard we've set. So let's bring back the guys and let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so
What do you think of the possibility of that before I like try and bounce over that, like of a billion?
the
You think
possibility of a
it's a
billion
solid
dollars,
chance?
solid. X-Men coming
Mm-hmm.
back, solid. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening.
Okay, okay. No, because I don't think, like, for example, to try and build off of what you were saying, I don't think normies have standards, right? I think a lot of people go to the cinema, they're going to the cinema with their friends so that they can walk out to the cinema later and go, bro, that was so cool, and none of them have anything to actually say, right? Which is why you will find so many people online so willing to regurgitate an opinion that isn't actually theirs, right? It's because that they want to feel like they are a part of something. They weren't watching it and they weren't paying attention, and that's fine, right? That's why there's, I guess, people like us who will pay a little bit more attention than others to actually talk about the thing, so that
Yeah.
someone can go, yeah, I didn't actually notice that, or be like, wow, that was a weird detail, wasn't it? Right? Just things like that. But I don't think they have standards, and I don't think that these people who complain online about, oh, you didn't support Thunderbolt, so you don't deserve X, Y, and Z, or haha, look at all the what's the buzzwords now for people we don't like, I guess, on the internet, but like the media illiterate guys, they don't get it, they don't understand, right? That this is how business works, guys. This is, we move to the bigger demographic, all these people, right? So I do think that Disney probably isn't, like, this isn't like a make or break, we're going to sink or float kind of thing, but I do think it is closer to Marvel is a brand that is becoming a little bit radioactive right now, right? It's not where
Yeah.
it used to be. We can all agree on that. And
Yeah.
this is the attempt to try and push it back up into relevance culturally,
Yes.
right? To try and turn it into an event again.
Exactly. Exactly. The Avengers movies have always been events. Well, after, I would say, after, by the time Infinity War came around, the Avengers movies now became events. Um, hmm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think Civil War was like a little bit, a bit of a teaser of that. That like, hey, we have these points in Marvel where you have to be there. Civil War was one of them. Then came
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War. Then came Endgame.
I would argue, just to try and add on to that, there were movies like Black Panther that also became like event films, right? Black Panther was huge.
Yeah, to the point where people went to the cinema and instead of buying popcorn, they brought pop to the.
Serious.
I- I'm not joking. I'm not
That
joking.
sounds not fun. That doesn't sound fun to, like, you know.
Wakanda forever, right?
But Wakanda, I don't
We
actually
don't
know
even
what
know what they
Wakandans
eat.
eat.
We don't even know what they eat.
Heart-shaped herb. That's what they're eating, bro.
Don't you want some heart-shaped herb stew? So yeah, I think that they're at a point where okay, it's like let's make this make money. Let's make some M's again, right? We've been losing lots of money. Let's make some money, and this is the attempt at doing so. Thor is here. Steve Rogers is here. Next trailer, according to the leaks I've seen, is going to be the X-Men. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see some X-Men. We're gonna see some Professor X in them. Um, I'm guessing that's gonna be on YouTube by January. We're gonna be there as usual, reacting to that, giving you guys our thoughts and our theories, what we think. But yeah, because of X-Men being there, we're making $1 billion.
Quick question, I guess, before I let you close out officially. Do you think that they will be able to manage all the characters? Like, do you think that this story is going to be a little bit more messy compared to something like an Infinity War, which I think we could all argue they dealt with pretty well? Yes, many characters were put on the back burner, people like T'Challa and stuff like that, but I do think they did the best they could with the sheer amount of characters they had at their disposal. Just don't know about this movie in comparison. What do you think?
Ooh, this is a big concern for a lot of people online. How are they gonna manage the characters? This plot seems complicated. The different things we're hearing from scoopers sounds like Doom is gonna be all over the place. How are we going to do this? And here's the thing, a lot of scoopers, Daniel RPK especially, he said that, listen, I know what the plot basically is of Avengers Doomsday, and the Russos has made it, they have made it much simpler than we think. The objective, the motivations, how everyone's going to work together, it's much simpler than we think. It's not going to be complicated. I'm going to take his word for it. I'm not sure, because I know from what has been chatted on online is that there's going to be a plot point. I'm not sure if it's changed, because scripts do go through rewrites, that Doom is going to be going after certain characters for their power and how that's going to help him kind of like control the multiverse. Loki's one of them. Franklin is one of them. Wanda, I believe, is also the last one. So it's like that might give him the reason to be jumping across universes. Now, how that's going to make everyone come together to stop him, we'll have to see. But yeah, I think it's a let's wait and see type of thing, you know, because
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm normally the wait and see guy, yeah, on the podcast. I'm not going to wait and see. I don't think they're going to be able to manage it at all. I think even that guy who did like the explanation of, oh yeah, it's going to be way simpler than you think, I think that's a very complicated way of saying they gave up. So they just said, no, this is how things are. We are now in a team because we need to be in a team.
yeah,
There's not going to be like real explanations for why characters do what they do, or even really any real concern for character motivations, right? Much like Endgame, where they just have the characters do the thing because we got to save the day, guys, but we're going to do it this way. And it's like, why? We don't have time to talk about that. We're just doing it this way. And haha, time travel, right? You can't go back in time and do this because then you would have gone back in time and already died. Haha, guys, hey. That's all they're going to do in this movie. That's my suspicion.
because I think that like even though the plot might maybe go through well in the sense that like, okay, you understand what Doom wants, he's going for it, he's attacking people, he's taking people, how it's going to be executed is going to be the make or break. It's going to show us how much thought they put into this and if it's good or not. It's gonna be the execution.
Do you think the movie will end on like a final stand type beat like Infinity War? Doom trying to capture the last of his targets and then they have to make a final stand?
It might be, you know, because Captain America was warned that someone's coming for the multiverse. Loki probably already might be the harbinger, the messenger. And then it's gonna be a thing of like, yeah, we need to protect the multiverse, otherwise we will lose. I think you can tell who I'm, you know, trying to copy here.
Riri Williams, because she's in Mephisto is gonna show up at the end, and then Doom is gonna like bait and switch and take her powers instead of Wanda's.
Take Riri's powers.
Yeah, her demon powers. Remember she sold us all?
Yeah, she's also black and ungifted.
Really?
Yeah.
I never noticed that. Hold on.
You didn't know?
You're telling me that she's like black and gifted?
Yeah, she is. She is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know?
That's very rare. I haven't seen many characters like that before.
Me neither. It's very strange. Wow. So cool.
Crazy.
So guys, we're gonna be back here for the X-Men teaser trailer. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section down below about this one. How do you feel about it? Did you shake? Did you get goosebumps? Or are you underwhelmed? Or are you whelmed? You know, let us know in the comments
Yeah,
section.
we don't always need to be over and under. Sometimes being whelmed is good enough.
Sometimes it's good to be whelmed. Just be short. Feel the aster.
And also guys, watch this video. I saw you guys didn't watch the last one. Watch this one. You guys made me look bad, bro. I got the employee of the month revoked because of y'all.
Remember, we need to make sure that Mano gets on the Employee of the Month board. Okay, it's very important.
Exactly.
It's very important. There's some PTO is trying to take advantage of here. So guys, that's it from us. I don't know if there's anything you maybe want to add to the to about the teaser or about the next teaser, Mano.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm one of those like very rare unicorn characters who don't like the X-Men anymore, right? I used to think they were really cool as a kid. I still think they have a lot of potential as an adult, but I don't really like a lot of them. I don't like the way that the relationships play out. Don't really like the way that their abilities are handled. All of them feel like chosen one type characters competing with each other for the most chosen oneriness. So I would like to see what they do with this movie. If maybe some amount of MCU synergy could kick in, right? Where, because I have a feeling that they're going to come across more normal X-Men, right? As the movies tend to try and do to some extent. And I'm hoping to some extent that will cross over into other mediums where not every single X-Men is going to be talking about Krakoa. Not every single X-Men is going to be like, oh man, I'm such a freak of nature, standing next to like a green giant monster dude and a guy who has like an axe that's made of lightning and all kinds of stuff like that. Maybe they can just be like, oh yeah, I'm normal actually,
Oh, I'm such
because
a
like I
freak.
can shoot
Scott.
fireworks from my fingers or something.
It's like, Scott, you shoot lasers from your eyes. Relax. Have you met
Yeah,
Benjamin Gunn?
or if they're going to try and be like, yeah, but here's the thing though. I'm done. But yeah, no. I'm cautiously optimistic when it comes to just how they will be presented. Not really interested in the characters that much, unfortunately. I don't think I will be wowed.
Oh man, but Cyclops is gonna wear the blue suit.
Really? Wow. Is he going to say to me, my X-Men?
Probably. I'm not even joking, probably.
Damn. I know one. Okay.
Well, always do you and always look good doing it, guys. We'll see you in the comment section and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
To me, my X-Men.